we muted the mics or the speakers, not realizing, and then we hit play and the speakers were still muted, and we recorded for like an hour and a half before we realized it.
But have you ever had somebody mention their spouse's double chin
No.
as you record?
Not yet.
I have.
Oh, that's nice.
Looking for saucers in the black night high. Abduction dreams and alien screams. He says they're out there more than it seems. JD's got a lens hunting for Bigfoot's trace. Deep in the woods, in the shadows, embrace a rush on the ground. He's frozen in place. Did you hear that? Something's on the chase.
So welcome to Chumming with Spirits. I'm JD. We have Pear Chum, and
Howdy.
we have a special guest with us, Miss Ghost Gossip herself, Ashley.
I thought her name was Fred.
Hello.
I call her Fred because we have so many Ashleys, and that's
Yes.
endearing. You asked. I thought Fred made perfect sense to me.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
Ooh, nothing like a Pinot Noir shot right down the throat. Woo!
Room temperature even.
Yum.
so this is going to be a very interesting episode. I'm excited to talk about this topic and see what Miss Ghost Gossip has to show us later on.
And this is a long time coming. We normally don't do remote interviews because they usually don't go as well. Hence the 3 hours of setup and all the testing. But
We should be writing these notes down as we're going so that we don't have to do it every single time.
but we're going to be able to see each other live in June. But we didn't want to wait that long, because we've been talking for quite some time now. John from Myth, Monsters, and Mullets introduced you to the whole group through
Yes.
TikTok, and just hit it off ever since. You put out great quality work. I love your shorts are hilarious.
Thank you.
And you do a good job on your stories, and
Yeah.
you've gotten really into doing interviews.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what, we owe you to at least have you on and talk with you. So we appreciate you taking the time out of your day and come talk with us.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate it. I call y'all my big brothers, my big podcasting brothers. They're my brothers. They take care of me. They've taken me under their wings. I told John this, and I know JD, I think I've mentioned it to you. I've been doing this podcast since late 2022, early 2023, and until I met John, I was by myself. I didn't have any other podcasters. I didn't know anybody. I'm painfully introverted most of the time, and so
So am I.
it took a while to kind of get me out of that, out of my own way, I guess. And then, when I started talking to him, and he really freaked me out in the beginning.
Guy with a
Then
mullet?
once I realized he wasn't some creep with a mullet that was asking me for my phone number on TikTok.
Not just.
Yeah, he's a weirdo, but not that weirdo.
Well, he asked me for my phone number, so I gave him my email. I was like, here's my email. So it took a little while, but after that, I was like, okay, this is a really solid guy. And then he introduced me to everybody, and it's been a game changer. Truly, it really has been amazing just having the support of how it has affected positively my growth.
Like I said, we're always there to be your opening act for when you start doing live shows. Like I said,
Oh, you're going to be doing lives before I will. I have to be your opening act.
we're okay with that too. It just you've really taken off on. You hopped over to Facebook. You jumped up on numbers over there. Your TikTok's always strong. Like I said, that was one of the things. we're all kind of unique on how where we all kind of live. Like John was like the TikTok king for a while. He's still like 11,000 followers.
Yeah.
You know, YouTube seems to be one of our areas that we seem to do well at. Matt Orton, who you're going to meet, he's done really well on speaking events. People reach out to him all the time. Your shorts, and so we see all these different types, and like we don't understand. We're still figuring out. It's a year and a half in. We don't understand why certain videos do better than others.
Yeah.
Me neither.
But watching you, like, okay, you definitely, you got the it. You got the it factor. Which is probably because you're an introvert. Once you're behind the camera, though, you really project. Like your interviews are really good, and we haven't even actually interviewed Penn Paranormal. We talk with her a lot, her and Craig, and they did, but I pushed her onto you because
I love her.
I thought the combination, and Jocelyn, and there's another Ashley from Let's Go Rules. Pardon me, Jen. Haunted Neighborhood, and then there's also a Jen Best, and phenomenal investigators, and we have some events with them that are coming up. But your style, how you talk and all that, I thought that was just a great. You do a great job, and then you also are very good on your individual stories and all that, and we appreciate you a lot.
Thank you.
Pardon me.
You're getting all choked up over there. You're going to make me get choked up over here, I really do appreciate it, because when you do this and you're isolated in an attic, sometimes it's like, I don't know if this is worth doing. There's been many times that I've wanted to give up, but since last year, it's like, nope, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yep.
Full speed ahead.
Well, and you actually made a comment one time that was really endearing to me. Like you mentioned that, a lot of times it's the stranger that you just met a few months that gives you more praise and push than some of the close people in your family.
Yep.
Yep.
And you're right, because it's, unless somebody's doing this, they don't understand how hard it is. Like Paracham here is an introvert. He came out of his shell, doing more and more.
A little bit.
And this is not as easy as people think. I mean,
No.
if you love it, it does make it easier. But there's a lot of technical stuff to figure out with the cameras, the sound, meeting people. That's a whole nother. Like we go to do Paracons, we meet people. We love meeting people. But we realized there needs to be more positivity out there. There's a lot of paranormal podcasts. There's a room for a million more. No one's going to be exactly the same. There's some similarities, which everybody will overlap a little bit.
Of course.
But there's room for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Orton always talks about, when the tide rise, all ships rise together.
I say that same thing.
And I think he's absolutely right. So we have been trying to be very pro podcasters, trying to give advice when we have it. Because we were given advice from Cryptids from the Corn, John, Matthew, everybody we meet. So we try to, pass it on, or pay it forward.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
And and especially when you see such great talent. I mean, it's we just the group of friends and podcasts that we know, it's just been amazing. So,
And going back to the introvertedness, like I don't know if you have this experience, but I love meeting people. Mm-hmm. But I can tell I'm introverted or have something going on with me that I get drained. So like the day afterwards, I'm dead.
Oh yeah.
Inside.
I take about a week or two to recover from something really big like that, like a Paracon. But like just traveling, because y'all know I've been traveling a ton. Mm-hmm. Just traveling, I get home and I got nothing left. Like I told my husband today, I don't know if it's where I've been interviewing so many people, and I have probably 15 interviews lined up in the foreseeable future so far, and that's just in first week of March. And I'm like, I'm not sure if and I talked to Ashley about it today. We were talking on the phone, and she's like, you need to ground. But I was like, I don't know if what I'm feeling is a spirit draining me, but it feels like the living There's something draining me. It just could be that I am not grounding myself after these interviews, and because I have so many, and it's more. I worked for the court system for 15 years, but I was with my judge, I was with my court reporter, and I was with my coworkers who were like family because I grew up with them. So it was what I did, but meeting so many people from so many different walks of life constantly, and then I have 3 teenagers too, and they are busy. I am just their chauffeur at this point. And so, yeah, there's something that's draining me, but I feel you. You made a post, I think, about it, or JD made a post. I can't remember. I saw it, and I was like, I feel that because I know these Paracons coming up. I'm going to be zapped. That's another reason I want to fly, because after Saturday, I'm not going to be able to drive home.
Yeah,
that's fair.
No, and it is people, and there are some people that we meet, they just give you energy. They pump you up. Then then there are others that are neutral, and then you have some that just
vampires.
They just suck energy out of you, and it's not
even if they don't know it.
Yeah, even if they don't know it, it's not everybody, but very similar to known as a paranormal. Hangover is where you're in a very haunted location. They pull energy. If you don't have enough energy sources around, they're going to pull it from you. Like we've done multiple locations, battery packs. Die if you're out of batteries, you're the next double A or triple D for us. But
we should coin a new term, the people hangover.
Yeah, there's a Paracon, and it's not just Paracons. It's any, because I've done trade shows,
large groups.
Large groups of people. Your interactions, but that's one of the. It's a dual-edged sword because we love meeting the people, hearing the stories.
Oh, absolutely.
But it does. There is a drain that we haven't figured out. Luckily for me, it's only, and that's probably because I travel so much. It's only about a day or 2 for me.
It's usually like 3 to 4 for me.
Yeah, I get it.
And then having to go back to work after that, and you're just like, ugh.
I'm very blessed that I don't have to do that anymore, because I could not keep up. But I was also, when I was still working, my judge was an hour away from where I lived. So, and I was driving an hour there and an hour back, because if he had court, I was in the courtroom with him, so I had to be there. So it was, driving to me is exhausting. I hate driving. I hate driving. I would be happy little hermit if my husband didn't push me out of the house and my friends didn't come get me out of the house. I'm that person. I could be somebody who would never leave the house. I love being home. I worked my ass off for 2 decades and for a house that I couldn't afford, and now I get to be home in that house.
I'm right there with you.
Yep. I love it. I love being home, but yes. Yeah. This allows me to be extroverted on my own terms.
Yes.
Under control.
But if you put a person right here beside me, I have claustrophobia, and it comes from trauma from when I was younger. And I didn't realize it was claustrophobia. I just felt like very encroached upon. But as I got older, I started having panic attacks when I felt like that. And I remember I was talking to a friend, and she goes, "Honey, you're claustrophobic." And I went, "Well, that makes a lot of sense."
Yeah.
Have you heard about the Sour Patch Kid?
No.
So on TikTok, somebody, a neuroscientist or anyway, somebody that deals with anxieties and that was talking about panic attacks and anxiety, and that if you're having an attack, get one of the Sour Patch Kids or any of the Airhead Super Sours and put it in your mouth. Your body can only handle one trauma at a time. And the sourness shifts your brain to handle that first, and then that pulls the anxiety or your phobia, because your brain can't handle.
Right.
I was like, now I got to see if that actually works.
But how would that work though if it's a temporary fix, but the whole time you're eating the Sour Patch Kid, you're still thinking about that other trauma?
It's supposed to be that sour that you can't.
It's just going to come right back after that Sour Patch Kid's gone.
Well, the idea is it gives you a pause, enough time for your brain to shift things around and go, okay, maybe it's not as bad, It may not work all the time. I need to find enough people to hand out Sour Patch Kids to.
Well,
Here, I
how
got
about we
candy.
test it in June?
Yeah, we can test it in June.
When I'm going to be like this. Hey.
I'm gonna get arrested because I'm gonna go around to all the kids being like, "You guys want some
You
candy?"
want some free candy?
Oh my God, those mamas going to be like, ah,
Bigfoot's gotten too close, mommy.
not my baby.
So, what was the topic that we were going to talk about tonight?
The Boo Hag.
Boo Hag.
Which originates from?
It actually originated from what I read from Africa.
Yep.
Well, the Hags, that
Yeah.
style, and then it moved into Georgia, South Carolina.
Yep.
Which a hag's a derivative of a witch, which gets into hoodoo, voodoo, mostly hoodoo, because voodoo technically is separated from that. I always say them together.
But I found it interesting because I had never heard of the ethnic group that the folklore originated with, which is the Gullah. Is that how you say it?
I don't know, but it sounds
Gullah.
right.
Gullah Geechee people, and they are from the Georgia area.
Right.
The thing that I found, one of the things that I found the most interesting was I recently watched a movie that I thought was phenomenal. A lot of people don't like it, called Sinners.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, if you haven't seen it, they did a nice twist.
They did
to
a
it.
great job. But for the most part, through most of the movie, they're thinking they're dealing with something that's called a haint,
Hey, yeah.
which is a close derivative of the Boo Hag. It's
okay.
a deceased,
Undead.
undead
Right.
entity
Indeed.
that wants to consume you. Not necessarily flesh and blood, but your essence.
Yeah.
But then you find out that it's actually vampires.
I think I was married to somebody like that.
But yeah, no, when you look at the Southern culture, especially down around the Delta area, the Southern colonies, haints were a big belief that, like, if you weren't put to rest the right way, you were going to come back as a haint and try to destroy the lives of everybody that you've ever come in contact with.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
thought that was interesting.
Well, in the Boo Hag, to me, it's interesting because, she sheds her skin at night. I mean, she walks around during the day in somebody else's
So
skin.
do I.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wash my face.
Yeah, it just wipes it
Take
right
it all
off.
off.
And then, it's a combination of a sleep paralysis / demon, which I wonder how much of that came from, like, tuberculosis back in the day. People not being able to breathe, feeling their essences getting drawn out.
I can see how it would add to the
lore.
superstition and fear and the lore of it, but as far as like posing a foundation for it, I wouldn't see, because I don't know, because we didn't really. There could have been tuberculosis before, we just didn't know about it.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that's been around forever. They just didn't name it until, like, the 1800s or early 1900s.
I mean,
Dead's dead. What-
asthma back in the day,
Yeah.
if you didn't know
Yeah.
how to control it,
Sleep
that-
apnea.
Sleep. No one has that.
My husband.
I have it bad.
But the fact that, during the day she runs around in somebody's skin, acts as that person, and then at night sheds it, puts it in a corner or behind a door.
No one puts a boo hag in a corner.
Yeah, just her skin. And then
In the
proceeds
corner,
to,
you boo hag.
it can go through keyholes or cracks that are left open and will sit on your chest with no skin and being red and suck your essence out while you're sleeping.
That's just terrifying.
Yeah,
That
which,
sounds horrible.
Didn't even buy me dinner first.
Right? Didn't even do anything for you. Just snuck in through your keyhole.
and they talk about you wake up the next day, you feel drained, like something was sitting on your chest, and which is all the same signs of maybe a CPAP machine keeps the boo hag from being able to suck your essence out. It
Yeah,
doesn't
something
matter.
else is blowing in your face.
Huh?
That's a good point.
Modern technology getting around superstitions.
Excuse me. I'm wondering if this just popped into my head, and bear with me. This is a rabbit hole. I wonder if that could be one of the entities that the family was dealing with the Bell Witch, and that's why he was waking up drained.
Good one.
It could have been more than one entity that was affecting that family. I don't know. It was just a thought.
Because it was a witch in the cave, was it not?
That's what. So there's a lot of speculation. They always called it the Bell Witch, which she was named after.
Kate Bell. I think that's what her name was.
Well, they thought it was Kate, the neighbor, projecting herself as a witch, and she's like, "No," I'm like, but no, that's one of we actually need to go back and redo that one because that was one of our earlier videos. It's still one of our most watched.
Oh, you should come with us to the actual Bell Witch cave, and we should film an episode of it in the cave.
Yeah,
When are you doing that?
when it's warm. Because I don't want to be going when it's cold.
But not too warm.
Where is the Bell Witch Cave?
Tennessee. It's like 20 minutes north, I believe, of Nashville.
Okay. So it's not like...
Super far.
It'd probably be like 6-7 hours from you, I think.
Okay, drivable.
Yeah.
Well, technically.
I
If
do.
it wasn't me.
If it wasn't you. If it was a normal person, yeah. Like I drive 10 to 12 hours depending on what's going on. If the flights...
Well, Parachum drove like an hour just to bring me some gift bags. And I was like, no, don't do that. That's so far. And he's like, that's not far enough. I'm like,
It's not.
what is wrong with y'all?
No, that's...
I'm used to driving 10, 12 hours to places
I mean,
with
I'll
all
be
our
honest,
stuff.
my commute into work's over 45 minutes
Yeah.
every day. So
Mine
and,
used to be.
yeah, and if there's traffic, it can go to an hour and a half. So an hour.
Yeah.
So basically, in Kansas City, an hour is just general rule of thumb
Across the
wherever
street.
you're going, because traffic can happen.
I literally live across the street from my sister. I am 5 minutes away from every store that I shop at, which is dangerous. That's why I'm a hermit. And then like maybe 45 minutes from my parents. And that's too far. And I fussed at them when they moved too far from us because my sister and I are still, right here. My parents moved away, which I'm proud of them. I'm so happy for them. They're living their life. Good for them. But I'm like, y'all so far. And that's 45 minutes.
My
That's the way it
dad
is in
moved
England.
12 hours away from me.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
in England, I did a work job out there in the countryside. I was like 2.5 hours away from London, and they're the same way. It's like I had to find a computer store to get some Ethernet cables, and it was in all places King's Landing, and it was like a 45-minute drive from where I was at. And they're like, "Oh, so a day trip, huh?" I'm like, what do you mean day trip?
I'll be back in an hour
That's
and a half.
exactly right.
They're like, "Oh, you're going to be gone all day. It's just, you won't see." I'm like, "No, I'm running right up there, grab the cables. I'll be back in 2.5 hours. It's not that big of a deal." And they're like, "What?" It boggled their mind. They couldn't understand that somebody would even do that in a day. That was like a whole day event.
He knew someone from England that lived like 2 or 3 hours from Stonehenge, and they said they have never been there because it was too far
Just
away.
too far. He didn't live near Stonehenge. He'd go to London a lot.
Okay.
And London's about 2.5 hours away from Stonehenge. Because I was in London, I'm like, I'm not going to miss this opportunity.
No.
Right.
Drove 2.5 hours, got to see Stonehenge. Walked a mile and a half to Stonehenge, walked a mile and a half back. Something light up behind her.
Did you see that? It looked
What
like
was it?
it looked like a shadow.
Where was it?
But other side, under the butt. The picture of the butt.
Picture of the butt.
That's weird. So I don't have any animals in here with me right now.
It looked
so
like a shadow.
He sees.
you'll have to look at it again
Yeah.
and see when you check it. Because usually I'll tell people I have my animals in here, so if you see it, but I have nothing in here right now. I will say, so this is my jar of dimes that I find from my grandparents.
Oh. Just dimes, though, right?
Just dimes.
It was right above that, in between that thing and the painting above it. That's where I saw it.
Interesting. And it wasn't like my shadow.
No, it was just a quick.
You don't actually have a shadow, come to think of it.
No.
I don't
Well, so I will say my house ghost he likes to hang out back here, and I know how y'all feel about orbs. I listened to that episode, but I have a video from where I recorded the other day. An orb literally materialized right here and moved behind me, and I saw it while recording.
Oh shit!
And I was like,
Time to move.
oh no, I am haunted. They just come with me. I experience things everywhere I go.
Same here.
See? Doesn't matter where I go, they're going to come.
Did you ever figure out the massive squirrel on the roof thing?
No.
Still hasn't happened again?
Nope.
Could have been a goose.
They're pretty evil.
Well, maybe. Maybe a goose.
Yeah, they're dicks.
That would be terrifying to see a ghost goose. Because it's going to chase you. You
Yeah.
know it's going to chase you.
And you
Geese are
can't,
mean.
you can't kick it.
Yeah, that's real.
They move.
So let's take a quick break real quick to refill our drinks. I gotta pee.
Okay.
And we'll start back up because I got some more questions about this Boo Haggis.
So, insert commercial now. Hey everyone, this is JD with Chummin' with the Spirits podcast. What's the perfect way to spice up any recipe you can think of? That's right, it's the perfect sauce. Big Fork Brands has a wide variety of the perfect sauces for any occasion. If you're craving something special for that late night snack, mid-afternoon pick-me-up, or just something tasty for the special event, be sure to check out their amazing bacon sausages, paleo pork jerkies, and flavored meat sticks. Of all the products can be purchased at www.bigforkbrands.com. Here at Chummin' with the Spirits podcast, we always keep some of their incredible sauces and meat sticks on hand for those long days and nights of recording. Don't forget to use the code CHUMMING, CHUMMING, at checkout to receive 20% off your order. So welcome back to Chummin' with the Spirits. Special guest, Ghost Gossip. Of course, JD, Chum, Fred.
So we were talking about the Boo Hag, and I wanted to read a story by a gentleman named Jacob Stroyer, who writes of accounts in the mid-1800s of these entities on a plantation in South Carolina. Now, there's going to be quite a bit of slang in here from back in the day, so don't make fun of me that I'm speaking badly.
Or skip the words. Phrasing, man.
So, the witches among slaves were supposed to have been persons who worked with them every day and were called old hags or jack-lanterns. Those, both men and women, who, when they grew old, looked odd, were supposed to be witches. Sometimes after eating supper, the enslaved would gather in each other's cabins which looked over the large openings on the plantation. And when they would see a light at a great distance and saw it open and shut, they would say, "There's an old hag over there." And if it came from a certain direction where those lived whom they called witches, one would say, "That looks like old Aunt Susan." Another said, "No, that look like old man Hag." Still another, "I think that look like old Uncle Renty." When the light disappeared, they said that the person who went around on the place talking with the people like others until those whom it wanted to bewitch went to bed, then it would change itself into a witch again. They claimed that they rode human beings like horses, and the spittle on the side of the cheek when one slept was the bridle that the witch rode round with.
Oh, the bridle made you drool.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting.
I have never heard these stories, so and I'm born and raised South Carolinian.
I think it's funny that one of the superstitions was, so we all know that sprinkling salt gets rid of supernatural entities. They would mix cayenne pepper with it and then sprinkle it around. I'm like,
That makes perfect sense.
that makes perfect sense.
Cayenne pepper.
It makes perfect sense.
Throw some crushed red pepper in there with there, just to
Well, and
spice it up.
the other thing that I found weird was there's a specific hue of blue that they would use
On
to
doors
ward
and
off
windows that wards off.
the haint blue.
Perfect opportunity to show you what I have to show you.
I'm nervous.
That was like we planned it. What? What? You little psychic, aren't you?
Great minds think alike. or
Read.
odd minds.
Word those maybe psycho.
Oh no. Okay, so let me get to my TikTok because I guess I filmed it as a draft because I was going to share it and I was like, no, I need to wait. So, which I wish I would have, but this is my screened-in porch, and this is Robin's egg blue, which is also known as the blue that you just mentioned,
Paint blue. Yeah.
paint blue. And my porch is painted just on the ceiling, this color blue. And it is because of that is what they did. They painted their porches this color blue to ward off the Boo Hags. I did not paint it this color. I bought the house with it this color.
Interesting.
But you now know why it's that color.
I do. I do. So when I was reading on it, I was like, oh my God.
So, my mind would have gone a different direction and been like, why the fuck is my porch painted that blue? Does that mean something's going on around here?
Funny. My house. So I told you earlier that I have a house spirit, right? And that he likes to hang out in my studio and listen to my interviews. He usually is right here when my psychic medium friends see him. He's usually hanging out right here. His name is Al. That's just what his friends call him, so that's what I call him. But I am not the only person that have lived in this house that has seen him. A couple owners before me, the ones that remodeled this house, saw him as well. And that makes me wonder, because I doubt they were as accepting as I am of them, if that's why they painted the porch blue.
Blue.
So
just call me Al.
So hear me out on this one. Al might be a Boo Hag, and he was entrapped when they painted it blue.
Al, you better not be a Boo Hag.
Is that a possibility? That,
I don't
like,
think somebody named Al is going to be a Boo
Well,
Hag.
Al lived here. Al died just on the other side of this wall.
so. He was a real person. So
Yes, Al was very much a real
Because-
person.
So he
because
could be
Boo
a-
Hags are imaginary.
What?
No, Boo Hags are witches that take on the body form of whoever they suck the life out of, and then they wear their skin as a skin suit during the day.
Yeah. So you could have had you may have an entrapped Boo Hag in
Well,
your house.
He doesn't bother me, so he's
He doesn't sit on her chest, so I think she's.
no, he doesn't. Now I have had to tell all my spirits. I know how crazy I sound, okay, but this is a paranormal podcast. But I've had to tell all my spirits they're not allowed in my room.
That's
Because
fair.
they have come in my room and I'm like, absolutely not, out. No. Now my grandparents, they do what they want. We were laying in bed the other day and my grandfather does not like when I get upset at all. I am his baby and he does not like when I'm upset, and I was upset. You know, marriage is hard. Some days are just hard, okay?
Yeah.
And our chains on our fan were straight down, and then I started crying, and then the chains just swung like somebody hit them and then clicked together. And then my husband's like, because my husband's the skeptic, and he's like, what was that? And so I was like, can you stop those? And slowly they just stopped.
Wow.
Yeah,
You
it was
know-
very cool.
Just saying, hopefully at some point, maybe not this year, but maybe next year, and get you and Daniel to come out, and we can probably push them over on the skepticism side, because with the locations in our area,
Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to, well, like we're at the Sleeper, and we were actually with Off Beach. She was doing a Etsy session, and they put up the flashlight, and we had two guys that were like they were kind of skeptical. I mean, they've had some
Right.
personal experiences, but it was like, you kind of chalk it up. That flashlight was going on and off on almost every command, and I went up, checked it, set it back down.
Yep.
It kept going on and off, and I'm like, you guys can get up and check the flashlight yourself, and they're like, nope, we're good. And that was the
Yeah.
one thing they brought up was like, that was a little odd.
The thing that I
Yeah.
don't like about that whole scenario was Offbeat was there again the next weekend doing an ugly sweater party or whatnot, and they should have just kept this to themselves. But they're like, we were doing a spirit box session and your name came up like six times
times.
during the session, and I'm like,
Parachum or your actual name?
Actual
Larry.
name. Larry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Somebody's calling for you.
But we haven't had anything negative. They've
No.
always been, but they're more. So what we've realized there is like if we're just talking like this, you'll start getting random things off to the side.
Yep.
I think they enjoy the people. I think well, and that's one of the things. There's knocking on doors when you're trying to sleep, and you can tell them, "Hey, it's time to go to bed." And
You sleep there?
oh, yeah, because you end up getting from 3 p.m. till 10 in the morning. You know, so around 3:30, 4-ish, most people crash out because and you sleep there. There's showers and all that. You just have to have an air mattress. There's no beds.
Okay.
But we've had activity. The basement. Jen got touched down there while we're doing a live.
Yeah.
And it's those type of things that when that stuff happens to skeptics, you have to have that hard road. Because like one time you're like, okay, maybe I just brushed against something.
Yeah, she wasn't too happy about that. The look on her face was like, something just touched
and
me.
then when you see a flashlight turn on, because like the REM pods, people think those are cool, but you're like,
Right.
okay, maybe something triggered it.
Yeah.
When you get down to that twist flashlight,
Yes.
it's turn it on and turn it off
On command.
on command.
When on command. So that's when I got the flashlight for her. First day, I took it out of the package, put it up. Within about 2 hours, she had it on. And, she was Jocelyn's doll for a long time. So, she knows what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And she was another collector's doll probably before that. So I was like, hey, can you turn, and then so we were just talking. I was talking to my daughter. She loves my daughters. But I was talking to my girls and my husband, and the light came on. And I was like, hey, can you turn that off? And it went off. And my husband's like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
So my friend Jason gave me this that he found at a thrift store, and it's creepy. I'm
me
thinking
a
about
second,
giving
I'll
it
be
to
right back.
Jocelyn. The what?
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. It's like a hand woven doll.
I don't like it.
I don't either. That's why I'm gonna
don't
give it
like
to
it.
Jocelyn.
Yeah, something. It's making my throat hurt.
This?
Yeah. Nope.
Okay. Yeah. It's old. That's all I know.
Yeah, my throat just started burning when you took them off the shelf or took them down. Like, that's.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Don't apologize. You're fine. That's part of my gifts. It's wonderful. It's so fun.
So that's-
it's a blessing and a curse.
So that's not a good doll?
I don't know if I would say it's bad. I'm not going to say it's bad. It doesn't like being called bad. Doesn't like that I said that. It could be neutral, which is not positive or negative. It's just there.
Don't do
So-
bad things to me. Don't do bad things to me.
No, don't do bad things.
Sorry.
Yeah,
about
I definitely. Yeesh.
Well, it's Jocelyn's now.
Yeah.
Jocelyn, that's for you.
Yeah, sorry about that. My nose just instantaneously started running. I didn't want a snot rocket to happen.
I appreciate that. Personally, as a Southern lady, I appreciate that.
So another interesting fact that I found out while researching the Boo Hag is that it's common practice in those cultures nowadays to use the story of the Boo Hag to teach children about stranger danger. And I'm like, that's kind of cruel, but it works.
But I mean, hags and witches. I mean, Hansel and Gretel is a famous story about making
Right.
sure not taking candy from strangers, and
That's true. I mean, you can look into it even more. Like Krampus was created basically to teach children to be good, because if you were bad, Krampus was going to come and kill you.
well, I mean, they're all moral stories to keep you in line and make sure. Because, like, I mean, there's a reason why you don't go off in the woods in the middle of the night. There's predators. Whether it be supernatural or natural, either one's going to mess with you.
Yeah.
Or worst case, you bring it back to the family.
It's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, there's reasons for these stories.
We really need to do an episode on Hansel and Gretel, or not Hansel and Gretel, the Brothers Grimm, because
That's been requested.
yeah.
Well, this just makes me sound like a horrible mother, but I just like to tell my kids real life horror stories about what I've lived through, and like, don't make the same mistakes as I did.
Yeah.
This
no.
is what happens.
You get one of you. That's what I would tell him.
You. My poor, I've been so honest with my kids. It's not, some people are like, and I'm like, listen, they know. They have the internet. They know.
Yeah, we didn't have that back in the day, so we had to have our
No.
parents tell us the horror stories.
So,
Well, my parents just didn't tell me anything. I'm 41 and they still don't tell me anything.
you're still too young.
Yeah.
But what do your kids think of the paranormal?
Oh, that's a great question.
So I have three. My oldest, it's my husband's son. He's our oldest. They're all about the same age. So I will say they're 13, 14, and 14. They're about to be 13, 14, 15. And then by April, we'll have one 15 and two 14-year-olds. It's a lot. We're blended. So it's funny. And his two are 13 months apart, and my daughter's between those two.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, a lot of fun in my house, guys. And then I'm perimenopausal. We have a lot of fun in this house. Okay. Lots of energy here. That's why the spirits love it, I guess. But so our oldest, he loves it. He's fascinated by it, but he's also terrified of it. But he's super accepting of what I do. He wants to go to all the places with me. Because of his mother, I'm like, no, you have to be an adult. But once you're an adult, come on.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't mind taking him, but I don't need somebody telling him that I'm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so my daughter, my middle, she's being raised a Southern Baptist, and I support whatever she wants to do. I want her to pave her own way there, her dad and her stepmom. And she loves church, and I love her. I want her to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So Southern Baptist with tongues or without tongues?
No tongues.
Okay.
No
That's
tongues. Yeah,
That's
that
a-
would probably scare the crap out of her.
That's a different.
That's Pentecostal.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
We'll talk about it later. Maybe that might be a decent.
We'll have to
episode.
talk later.
Yeah, I'll have to talk later about
With
what
or
tongues.
without the tongue. That
Yeah,
could go either
either
way. But yeah, she loves it. She just got Baptist this past summer. I love it. I'm proud of her for making that decision. I was raised Catholic, so Catholics, we don't have a choice ever. And so it wasn't until I became an adult in the church that they allowed me to decide whether or not I wanted to continue forward, and I opted out. And then
you get a chance to confirm it when you're 18, right?
13.
Was it 13?
Yeah.
13.
I had to go through confirmation.
Yep, I did too. Yep. That was a lot of Wednesdays at church with nuns who hated all of us.
My problem was my dad made me do that, but my mom was Methodist, so I still had to go to like the Methodist, and it was a small town, so people were like, "What the fuck is this guy?"
You're here on both.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I'm more spiritual than anything, but I support her. She, however, does not support me. She thinks that I worship the devil, and she loves me very, very much, and she'll support me, and she'll probably punch somebody in the face if they tell her that I'm psycho. However,
Psychic.
yes. She can say it. Nobody else can.
Yeah.
And so she's gotten a little bit better because she lost her best friend this past summer, and she has kind of tiptoed into spirituality to comfort her. But she's still very skeptical. When things happen in this house, she goes, Mama, stop it, Mom. But yeah, she was probably the least supportive. And then my youngest, my most empathetic, she is my little psychic. She is my little spiritual clone. And, she's not mine. She looks nothing like me, but she might as well be mine. And she loves everything that I do. She respects it, and she's very empathetic. So she knows that there's something more that you can't see.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you said, you got a melting pot.
We have a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions in this house.
It's called teenagers. Yeah.
Yes, and my husband, who is coping with 3 teenagers and a 41-year-old wife. Yeah, he's a rock star, though. He really is. But yeah, there's a lot that goes on in this house, and I'm surprised we're all as happy as we are, to be honest.
And he's
like
still
it.
skeptical of all the stories that you guys done, which I would love to take him to the Sally House since he doesn't believe anything. You did that video on the Sally House, like
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was
that was like a first year of
that was one of my
paranormal.
earlier episodes. Yeah, he has had so many more experiences, like really only two that really changed his belief system. So when we were at the Crescent, we had the scratching on the ceiling and he heard that. So that was huge, like cuz that was such an audible experience. He has heard voices in our other house before and he's like, and I'm like, I told you. But it was the chains on the fan
That really-
recently that really got him, and he's like, because we were both laying there, we were both, we weren't doing anything, we weren't like jumping on the bed, the fan wasn't on high, it wasn't like spinning out of control, it was on the lowest setting, and for those to just swing the way they did and then clink together in front of us, knowing that nobody else was there, because like anytime I have, not so much anymore. If I have something, like if I tell him, hey, Roberta popped me on the top of the head, he's going to be like, ha, ah. But before he'd have been like, but so he's more accepting and he's a lot more of a believer now, but he's still, his brain goes to the scientific solution first. And so, which is good because when I do go ghost hunting and I get something, I'm like, hey, look at this. Because I could be I want to see something. So can you look
have
at this and
bias.
tell me if you see something? And I caught a picture at MSP of like a peaker, giant peaker. And I was like, so I showed him and he's like, Ashley, there's somebody standing there. And I was like, hey, but I shared it on my video, but I haven't shared it on social media because I don't need Susan's opinion. You know what I mean?
That's fair. That is totally fair.
I mean, 'cause one of the things that we have more audible
Yeah.
than EVPs. 90% of the time, like most of our evidence, it was audible. Somebody heard it,
Right.
and it's on the speaker. And
That's cool.
that's one of the things that kind of throws you for a loop is when you hear something like disembodied whistles at Ellenwood. We have that on a recording.
Oh, cool.
Clear as day. To me, it was super loud. When you listen to it, it's kind of faint, but you can hear the whistle.
But it sounded like it was right in your ear.
Yes, I was the cameraman. And when we found out what the backstory was, is they used to whistle. I was the last one out of the room, heard the whistle, and they used to whistle to get your attention to get a shot of whiskey. I didn't know that at the time. Otherwise I would have poured them a shot.
Yeah.
At least let them smell it in that. But like a lot of our stuff is audible,
Yeah.
not just EVP. And it's when you hear that. That's that next step of like, okay, it's kind of hard to explain versus, a creek.
You
Right.
This may sound mean, but for a quick video, you should do the prank where you hide the speaker in like the kitchen, and it's like, I'm right behind you, and like,
Oh God, he'd probably poop his pants.
I would
I mean,
too.
I
as
probably
someone.
would too. Well,
I'm still waiting for so Jocelyn was with us at Emmaus. Erica from Solo Paranormal was recording. I'm trying to get the soundbite off of it. So Jocelyn is about 3 foot in front of me. There's a room right next to us that I know it's 2 doors. Everything up to this point's been single door, single room. So there's 2 doors. She looked in the first door and was walking to the second one. So I walked in there to come around to the second door so she knew it's a pass through. Well, she comes around and I'm standing there and she does not have fight or flight. She just locked up, did a pelican, lifted one leg and just screamed when she saw me. I'm like, I did not jump out. I was just merely just standing there. Of course, it's dark. I'm in a hoodie, so I could see where I could have been terrifying. But I mean, it was like the textbook horror scream that I'm still trying to get the soundbite from Erica. Like, and she's like, "You did that on purpose." I'm like, "No, I was just walking through. I knew you were going to come in. I just didn't think you were going to be that terrified." So I now have to wear either bells or light up shoes when we do our next investigation, or have a balloon so she can keep me in her sights.
I need a balloon for when I go to Target.
Yeah. Well, didn't
So
you
my
get
husband can find me.
you got lost in the Missouri State Penitentiary, wasn't it?
Sure did.
Yeah, you need
I didn't
to
get lost. I got
left.
left. And that's terrifying.
That's worse.
I'm not an investigator. Okay. I am a storyteller that likes to watch people investigate. I want to see it. I don't necessarily want to do it myself. I'm not really good at it. I whisper. There's a whole thing.
He
But
mumbles.
yeah. See? Yeah. And you don't even realize you're doing it sometimes.
Nope.
Yeah, that's the ADHD. We talk to ourselves. So Erica and Katie, I don't think they knew I was behind them. And then Ashley and Tony, I didn't realize they didn't come with me. I was in the middle because there was 5 of us. And so I stopped to look back to see where Ashley and Tony are because I didn't hear them. So I'm like, and then I look forward and I'm alone.
That
And I'm like-
sucks.
And it's dark. They cut the power. And I'm like, I don't know where to go. I have never been here. There's no light. And so I walk around the corner to death row and there's a giant man there with a flashlight, but he was just a shadow with a flashlight. I think he was alive, but I don't know. I don't know. They see all sorts of things in there. So like I turned around and I just went back into the psychiatric unit because I knew Ashley and Tony had stayed down there. So I was like, I'll just go back down. I'm fine. I'm fine.
We kind of take that approach with the on our investigations. Generally, we prefer to film other people doing the investigations, so
Yeah.
it makes it easier. I mean, we like investigating, but the reality of it, it's really hard to investigate and film yourself. Or
Yes.
so by having people come in, other paranormal groups, it's easier to film them and because I don't care if I'm getting the evidence or they're getting the evidence. It's just getting captured.
Yep.
I just
So-
like seeing it.
Yeah. I mean, we would prefer to capture it on film if we're going to do it. Otherwise, it's just a cool story, bro.
Well, it's like when I caught her ball going off.
Yep.
I have an explicit that comes out of my mouth. I am not the person to take to places because there's no telling what I'm going to say.
Roberta,
But I will say,
can you light
Yeah.
up that ball?
Roberta, can you turn on the flashlight or set off your cat ball? I'll turn this off so we can see it.
Because Roberto can't hear us because she's got the headphones on.
Right. that's right.
can't- Well, she might. You just never know
You
what
never
they
know.
can do.
Yeah, you don't know what the
But-
rules are on that.
Now, she's not a man fan. She is not a, what I've learned, she does not like Daniel. I'm like, and I get the feeling that she has some trauma in her past. And that might be why she is not a fan of men.
She was with
But-
Jocelyn, so that makes sense.
But
Sorry,
she's supposed to be
Jocelyn.
a positive spirit, and Jocelyn's
Yeah.
trying to handle all the negative. So I get the conflict there.
Yeah, and she's got a lot of rough ones in there. But yeah, so she has only set the cat ball off for me. Well, she did it once on a recording one time, but she's done it with me. But she did turn the flashlight on in the living room with my husband and my kids in there. So that was really cool that we all got to watch it.
Because haunted dolls, to me, have an interesting story because a lot of people don't understand, like the 1800 porcelain
Yeah.
dolls was back when there was a lot of child mortality rate, and a lot of them were
Right.
effigies of their child that they lost and would have clothes on from that child, and they were molded to look at them in the porcelain.
And they had their
and it-
hair sometimes.
Yes, and a lot of people don't realize they weren't like the play type of dolls. They were living in. There was a doll embodiment of a child lost, which get into golems and other things of mythological origins. That's a vessel that something can inhabit. And it depends on how you look at it. Like Annabelle, everybody makes fun of it because it's a Raggedy Ann doll. I'm not messing with it just in case.
Nope, me neither.
I mean,
just in case.
Yeah, Robert the doll is horrifying looking.
Robert, I did not say that. JD said it, not me.
You didn't
Robert,
take
I
his
think
pictures, so you're okay.
Robert, I think you're cute as a button.
You're
Thank you.
so ugly, you're cute, is what she's saying.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
You're fugly, Robert.
But I think a boo hag, is very similar, right? So ugly, you just gotta love it. I mean, imagine seeing something with no skin on it. It's red.
Red.
Well, and
Yeah.
it's sitting on your partner's chest. You imagine waking up and seeing that on your partner's chest.
I would be like, nope, and go back to sleep.
I'm just
I just-
Because they said you could if you could find the skin, you pour salt in it to help burn it and get rid of it, or you could do pepper, right?
Cayenne
Those-
pepper, yeah.
cayenne
Which
pepper.
makes sense because if they don't have any skin, you're pouring salt and cayenne pepper on it, it's going to burn.
Yeah, when you go to put the skin back on, imagine. You
Or
just got-
to prevent it. Did you read about how to prevent the Boo Hag? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why don't you tell that story?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say this y'all say I just read it, but you put a broom or a hairbrush
Yep.
at the door, and apparently Boo Hags love to count.
Yeah.
Or a colander. Colanders work too. And the Boo Hag, the idea of it is they'll just spend all night counting all those little bristles or holes in the colander. And then once the sun comes up, they got to go back away. They got to go back into hiding or they'll die, I guess. I don't know.
So that lore actually stems from vampirism.
Well, all the Fae.
Well,
have
all the
that.
Fae. Like in China, the way you escape from a Chinese vampire is to drop a bag of rice because they have to stop and count every single grain.
They're majorly OCD.
Yeah.
Me too. Maybe I'm the Boo Hag.
But
When life gives you choices, you be the Boo Hag. You do got the bee on the hat. You're just go for it. You
I
know.
put the boo in
Boo and
Hag.
Hag.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So to close this out, why don't you tell everybody like some of the things that you have coming up that you're excited about, where to find you?
Just the ones you're excited about. Let's not talk about the non-fun ones.
I won't tell you. You know, life is a highlight reel. Y'all don't need to know the not fun ones.
What
Well,
was that?
I think what?
Sounded like a scream.
I didn't hear any.
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear.
Must have been feedback or something.
I don't know. Let me drink water. Maybe it's the smacking in my mouth.
No, it was like a
I don't know. My girls aren't home. I know that.
maybe it was
Roberta, you screaming back there? But anyway, so one of the most exciting things that I have planned for this summer, I will be participating in 2 Paracons, one in Arkansas with these wonderful gentlemen right here and so many others. And then in July, I'm actually co-hosting the Coastal Haunts Paracon with Jocelyn in Brunswick, Georgia.
That's awesome.
I'm
That'll be
very
a great time.
excited.
Where is Brunswick, by the way?
Georgia.
It is. So it's
Thank you.
It's on the eastern side of Georgia, just before you get into Florida. So it's probably
Okay.
about 45 miles from Florida.
So it's close to St. Augustine
Savannah.
in Savannah.
Well, so it's Midwest close for y'all.
Yeah.
For me,
Yes.
that's 2 to 3
fair.
hours away. Well, if I'm in Brunswick, it's going to take probably about 2 hours or an hour and a half to get to Savannah, but to get to St. Augustine, probably 2 to 3 hours from Brunswick.
That's nothing.
Both those locations are amazing. You know, Savannah, Georgia,
Yes.
and St. Augustine, Florida, are just
They're on my bucket
beautiful.
lists.
beautiful areas. But I mean, Ohio, like we keep on running into like there's so many things happen around Ohio, like the Loveland Frog, which is right next to Cincinnati, is where that was. The Mothman, which is the bridge that collapsed, was from Ohio to North Carolina or West
Hopkinsville
Virginia. Sorry.
is right.
I was about to
down that
say,
area.
that was a big bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I've lucked out. I've managed to go check that one. I haven't been to Loveland yet, but we did the Beast Spray Road. We try to get to some neat locations.
Phrasing. We went to investigate the Beast of Bray Road. We didn't do them.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I am supportive over here. Whatever you makes you happy. Whatever cranks that tractor, baby, you do you.
That's on our other channel, Ghostly Fans.
Yeah, only
on
Ghost
Patreon?
fans. Yeah, that's on Patreon. You'd like to see that episode of Naked and Parachum. Somebody
Went through a lot of peanut butter that weekend. Let's just say that.
just love peanut butter. Trying to find a dog, man. That's what we figured would be the easiest way, just to use a whole bunch of peanut butter. But
We interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No, I don't even know what I was talking about anymore.
you just have a whole bunch of chocolate bars just in case it gets violent, and then you just start feeding the dog chocolate.
Where are we putting the chocolate?
In the dogmen. Dogmen should be like canine, and chocolate should be an adverse reaction to them.
That's fair.
No,
No,
not
no.
my first thought.
That I will debunk that myth, because the reason chocolate is so bad for dogs is because of the amount of caffeine in it. Their hearts are so small that they can't handle it, and it'll cause.
So you're saying we need to use Red Bull energy drinks?
No, I'm saying like a dog man's like our size, so in relativity, its heart's probably the same size, so caffeine won't affect it.
You'll just give them the shits.
Yeah.
That'd be horrible.
I don't even know how to respond to that one. That was awesome.
Y'all come follow me, Ghost Scots Podcast.
Just
More
give them the
from
shits.
But they can find you. They can find you on TikTok, Facebook,
Facebook, Instagram.
YouTube.
I'm on Reddit.
You're
I'm on YouTube.
You got a Reddit page or a Reddit sub channel?
I do. It's very quiet. It's just me over here. Y'all come follow me on Reddit. Make me feel less crazy.
We can do that.
We stopped doing so we have accounts for others, but I was like,
Yeah, like X and
no point.
We just don't get a lot of traction. We are on Rumble. We're trying to build that one up. I personally like the fact that you've done more videos, because a lot of your episodes were audio only, and people need to see your face. Because like your shorts are hilarious. You and Daniel, the ghost one. Did you have a ghost that wants to? I forgot the whole deal about a ghost that doesn't want to go to work on Monday or something. I'm
Yes,
like, oh,
yeah. That's the most viewed one on my profile. It's because it's him.
You trying to teach Jocelyn how to floss was really funny.
the
I'm gonna
dance.
I gotta. Yeah, I'm not gonna floss our teeth. Not today. But
It's like, that's random.
I'm supposed to teach y'all how to floss too. Remember?
Yep. We'll get that in June.
Can you teach me how to crip walk?
Crip walk.
I don't know. I have a bad ankle.
Yeah, probably not.
I have no coordination. That's why I couldn't
He-
play
he
drums.
will,
I
but-
can't do.
He can do the truffle shuffle like no one else.
That's true.
Oh God.
I am so glad that you turned the second you turned on that, because I'm doing the truffle shuffle and he turns the camera and my pants just go whoop. And I'm like, oh, thank God.
That's not the shaker. That's also the one we get
You lost your
footsteps.
britches.
Yeah,
It went all the way down.
so we're doing an investigation. I stand up, I'm filming, and I hear some people coming up the steps. Clear as day on camera, you can hear the footsteps up the step. I turn around, there's no one coming up the stairs. Jen, who happens to be with us, gets off the bed because she was in. And
My girlfriend.
looks up the other staircase because we're in the middle floors, and she goes, "There's nothing up there." And it's clear as day. You hear somebody going, "Do you like wieners or vaginas?" This parent chump was messing around with dowsing rods. Wasn't paying attention to what was going on. It's like the perfect end cap to the video. But that's a typical investigation for us, and how we capture evidence.
Well,
It happens.
thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, so
And that's, I was trying to think what else, because you got Instagram, you have TikTok, you have YouTube.
do you have a Patreon?
I have a Patreon. It's free to join. I don't do a lot of bonus stuff yet because I have no clue what to do, so, but I do have one. Join for free, and then I'll let y'all know when I figure it out.
We're
That's
still
fair.
trying to figure it out.
We're still trying to figure it out too.
Yeah, John, he's like, I have the Patreon. I need to send you the. I was like, you are what I want to be when I grow up.
He is knocking it out of
He
the
is.
park.
He is. He does a great job.
Yeah, and we are so glad we got to meet him. He's actually one of the first collabs that we did.
Yeah,
And he's
he
the
was
one
the
that kind of
first.
opened the door to Matt Orton and Cryptids of the Corn and you. He is a great guy, great catalyst. That's Myth Monsters and Mullets. Find him on YouTube. because he has a Patreon. We all have Patreons, but he's definitely had risen the
He uses
level.
his.
Yeah. We post on ours. We have a few things behind the scenes, but we're trying to improve that. We want to give, the best bang for buck, I guess, is what we're trying to figure out. How do we make it worthwhile to spend your hard-earned money on something like that? So we get it.
Right.
So
We do have a couple of bloopers up on Patreon right now that only can be seen on Patreon, and they are very embarrassing to me.
and he's the one that edited it. So, and then, so Arkansas Cryptid Festival, we'll see you June 6th. And then you're hosting the Brunswick event when?
July 25th and 26th, I believe, but I got to check those dates.
Do you have any other big guests getting ready to come on besides us?
He's talking about our size.
Yeah. We don't believe
Not-
in mediums. We're all extra large.
What did you tell me I am? I can't remember. You said we're all out of mediums, but you gave me different
That extra
shirt size. I
small.
can't remember what it was. I don't know. Anyway, not really. I am going to be a guest on Splintered Spirits. And I think this week. I have an interview every day this week. So
Wow.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come talk to us. And like I
Yes.
said, we're looking forward to being able to do this in the same room, doing it live at the.
I thought I just saw another shadow back there.
that one might be an animal.
Okay. It was up high.
Never mind. It's not an animal.
Yeah.
They're not in here.
Did you see that?
Do you have an animal in there now, right behind you?
And no, that's a cat pillow.
Okay.
Right here.
I thought I saw something on the other side of
Yeah,
you.
move.
Yeah.
I-
Hold on, let me check. No, they're not in here.
Huh?
They came
Okay.
in, but they went out.
Well,
Oh, so my
check that.
cat is my black cat, but she's sleeping. So she's on the chair, not moving, and my dog is not in here. So I don't know what it is. It could be
Still-
Al. Hi, Al.
Oh, yeah, I'm
on
gonna have to
house-
watch that back because I swear I saw a shadow.
Your Mavis is on house arrest still, huh?
Oh, absolutely. She wanders too far.
I love her TikToks.
Oh, Mavis is more popular than all of us.
So you want to close it out?
I think we'll close this out. Please be safe out there. Go follow, like, subscribe, post comments to everything Ghost Gossip does. You will not be disappointed. It's been our pleasure to be able to be friends with her and hopefully do more and more collabs throughout the year as it
Absolutely.
comes. So everybody be safe.
Yep. And thank you for watching.
Thank you.